Alright, hello and welcome back, fellow bad strategists. Let's check the vids. Okay. Egoism, your relation score with 2 leaders. Okay, this is fine. We don't mind our relation score dropping with leaders. We can deal with this. What would be terrible would be a decade of corruption. This is probably the strongest argument for the democracy profile that you could possibly present is corruption destroys your governors, completely destroys them, and you can't replace a corrupt governor with you don't want to replace them with another corrupt governor, so this is good. I'm just glad it's not something really bad. Admin level, bad rations is good, political points are good, propaganda system might be useful in the future. Docile AI, we want to avoid playing this. It's a good unit, but we want to bank the fate points in case we need them later. We want juniors, income tax, spies are good, militia projects are good. That is a strong advantage of going fist, is you get militia projects. I think if you go mind, you get zoos, and zoos raise your quality of life of education, whereas militia projects will boost up your militancy, which allows you to keep your militancy high and keep militia going even when you have something of an army, which is very nice. We always say government. Government is, I would say, government is superior to all others. Next is whatever your bottom profile is. If it's fist or if it's mind or if it's heart, though I wouldn't go heart. I can respect going heart. Heart might be a good option for new players because it raises loyalty, and loyalty is kind of an issue. And then I think the top profile matters the least, even though meritocracy is really good. But I just I don't care about prioritizing it because it's so easy to raise that if we constantly tank it, we can still do pretty well. We're gonna increase our PowerPoint generation because we're gonna start running.
Order received.
I would say never go 0% in your general policies, and never go 0% in discovery with your well, we don't have a research council, but if you had a research council, or I guess model design is a good example, never go 0% in discovery, because if you have at least 1%, you have a chance of discovering, and that's you're not going to miss 1%, and the chance of discovery is good.
Roger that.
Good, they'll give us vision. Alright, we wanted the good leader here. Is it you? Nope. Is it you? Nope. Is it you? Nope. It's not gonna be any of these people. We do want to put this guy in a position because he's actually really government focused and he might like us. Okay, so we need to dismiss one of these people and it's gonna upset everyone else in the group. We want Cobb De Niro. Is Cobb De Niro the best one? Yeah, I think we're going Cobb De Niro, but he's neutral, so I think faction candidates are more likely to appear here. You are a mess, and I don't know if your faction is bad, but we're gonna assume so. There we go, Cobb De Niro. Boom. So, yeah, he's gonna be a really good SHQ leader eventually. SHQ leaders level up fast because they improve themselves from every battle. They don't need medals of merit, they don't need propaganda assistance. Only your OHQ leaders need charisma and leadership. Yep. Armored units.
Go!
Totally worth it. Totally reliable. You can go the Space Marine approach. You get combat armor, high-speed machine guns, but it's not as consistent as armor.
Go! Enemy down.
Yeah, that's nice and secure for us. And our danger diminished 7 points. Okay, so maybe it doesn't count these guys, hopefully, because we're at peace with them. We're gonna hold them down. Did we lose a unit to attrition? We had 2 here, didn't we? Am I crazy? Oh no, they attacked us and we lost 1. Okay, well, Pafa. I guess we'll reinforce them and we'll replace it. And we will buy more fuel because we need fuel.
Roger that.
And we will make sure our worker shortage isn't the worst thing that has ever been, which it might be. Sometimes I don't even know what numbers I'm reading. We only hired 900, which is not anywhere near what we want to be hiring, so we didn't take any of our colonists from the workforce though, which is good. So
Order
by
received.
getting the settlers, we've over doubled our worker production effectively, or worker recruitment. Bureaucrat offices too are going to be huge because they're 4 times the BP generation. And if we check our Empire dashboard, yeah, that's going to be absolutely massive. So with stuff like that, we're going to be much more comfortable opening up multiple councils. Generally speaking, you want to always be funneling at least a little bit to the councils, even if you don't even if they're councils you don't particularly care about. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this guy over here because I will tell you, I think the AI intentionally snipes your constructions that are unfinished. So I don't want them to do that somehow. I feel more comfortable, actually, if I had a unit on the capital, because I realize now I don't on the city, but... machine guns. Also, something I've been looking at and I've been wondering is I thought machine guns had some sort of a penalty to attacking, but I don't think they do anymore. I think machine guns might just be a higher, like, industrial production investment infantry that's just kind of better. Let's compare them. Machine guns, infantry. Our guards too are using carbines. 0 guns. Let's go all because they're side by side. Okay. Hit points. Stats are a little different, which is gonna throw it off. Yeah, I think machine guns are basically just higher higher soft defense infantry, and there are fewer of them per battalion, so I think they're actually just objectively better than regular infantry, except in that they cost more, so we may be prioritizing machine guns more. That said, they don't upgrade cleanly to quad machine guns, so you actually just, quad machine guns still count as machine guns, but you can't upgrade a unit of machine guns to quad machine guns, and quad machine guns can't be upgraded. They have to be replaced because they're treated like vehicles, but they're infantry with a vehicle-like thing that is the I don't know. You know what I mean. Maybe, hopefully. We want quad machine guns. Quad machine guns are great, but that's gonna be when we start teching up. We definitely want militia. I don't think we want to spend the power points though. We might want to spend the fate points. Yeah.
Order
I think
received.
We're gonna do that, and we're gonna get a school because we want to raise quality of life. Bad rations.
Affirmative.
To play. Oh, political points. We're gonna need them like, pretty soon.
Yes.
Sometimes it is worth playing an increase in sales tax, even when your sales tax is full. And the reason why is because our sales tax isn't full, but it forces a skill roll, so it can increase the skill of this dude, of your council leader. I'm not sure precisely how that benefits, but it does somehow, I think. Our quality of life should rise a little bit more, and we'll raise the score. I think raising this though, this is kind of weird, and I'm not sure entirely how this all works, but I think if you raise your civilization score, yeah, you raise your overall, it's your admin level, I suppose. Okay, yeah, so, or maybe it's your civ level. So, your people will be unhappy if their quality of life is too far below your admin level or your civilization level. I'm not sure. Basically, as your bureaucracy expands, people expect more of you, which is an interesting mechanic. We're not going to attack. We're going to let our tanks reinforce, and then we're going to hopefully everything will work out. Hopefully this finishes next turn. Sometimes it doesn't. It won't, because you will be like short a small percentage of what you need, and it will be at like 0.1 turns left, which is awful, but we're gonna try to, so I'm gonna try to show you how to avoid worker shortages. If I have worker shortages, I'm sorry. It's hard. It's one of the balancing mechanics for going with a heavy government focus and getting, if you get lucky enough to actually get your government up, so your industrial production and your bureaucracy is, bureaucratic production is really, really high. The thing that limits you is oftentimes your workers. You can't get enough of them fast enough. Which is actually a strong argument. That might actually also be a strong argument for democracy. Democracy is it's this stupid thing. It's a profile I never want to take, and I'm not going to take it, and I don't want to take it, but there are a lot of good arguments for it. One good argument for taking it with government is that democracy will raise your quality of life, and the high quality of life will make happy people, and the happy people and happy settlements will synergize with your government, because it's very, very, very hard to expand your economy when your people are unhappy and you're having unrest and your workers don't want to work for you and you're having walkouts. Freaking walkouts are the worst. You lose like 5k, 8k workers a turn and you're only recruiting a tenth of that. My goodness. We'll try to avoid some of these pitfalls. Really, our focus is get recycling in all 5 of these hexes. That will save us from having to find natural resources, though metal mines are superior, and we will want an economic council very, very soon to start getting metal mines. Actually, we should probably get one right now. No, we want the economic council not just for finding metal deposits, because that's inconsistent and might not be enough on its own to justify the economic council. What we want it for primarily, I suppose, is solar power plants, because we're going to start to, as our economy expands, we will begin to run short on power. BP point is up. Bureaucratic push. Keep an eye on your word score too. Sometimes your word score drops and you don't realize because you're just like clicking through events, and then you're like, oh, I have 20 word score and all your leaders are miserable. So I don't know. I don't know how to. I'm not in the habit of playing in such a way that I'm actually attentive to my word score, especially because you get an era where your word score goes up, and then your word score gets maxed out off of having like 1 or 2 of those in a row, and that can definitely happen, but it can be an issue. Okay, these priests. I've changed my opinions. Shadow priests and eternity gurus, I think, are actually perhaps the weakest priest options. That said, they might be good for infantry. Okay. The eternity gurus are also good to support. Did we support them? Cults and sects. Eternity movement. They might be good for your leaders too, because they modify your leaders who support them. We have no policy in the support policy, so we're not supporting the shadow sects. So okay, we are supporting the eternity gurus. So what I realized is there are priests who increase your attack value by 100, though I think they only embed with they might embed with fewer units, because these guys embed with 3 units. I think it's the Apocrypha Paladins embed with 1 unit, but they give you like 100 or 200 extra attack, so those are very, very strong because they increase your kills a lot. And then I'm gonna have to call the video here. I will talk about priests next